Hey guys, OPSEC here, and today I'm going to give you my thoughts on Bitcoin. Last time I gave you my thoughts on Bitcoin, it was down here. Well, actually, last time I did it on YouTube, it was over here. And I said that we are going to stay in this area for a little bit, but then we will break out of this to the upside, and we will take out this high, this high swiftly. And then this high is going to be a bit more high resistance, so it's going to take a little bit more. I said that this low is probably going to be the bottom, but we might see a slight sweep of it like this. So this area in general is the bottom. If word for word, if you look at my last video, it's called Insane Opportunity Something. I'll link it down in the description. I said right now, this is, as far as I'm concerned, this low is the bottom, but if we stay here for too long, which I think is likely, we might engineer some liquidity and we might have to go for this low, but slightly. I said that word for word, and then you can look. And then later on Twitter, when we were up here, I published a chart saying that we would take a dip from here down to here. And then when we came down to this point, right over here, I published another chart, which is pinned to my Twitter, that I said we would take a dip right over here, and then from there continue. And then from there continue up to exactly where we're at now, and then slightly even beyond it. Okay? So now I'm going to explain to you real quick just how I knew that it was going to come just down here, and then I will continue. So if we were to think of this consolidation as a liquidity map, and we would try to understand where all of the liquidity, sell-side liquidity, is resting, then you are going to have to start thinking like a retail trader. You're going to have to see what they see. So what they see is, they see the support level, right? So they're going to see the support level. And then they're also going to see this resistance, which got busted. And then they're also going to see this bullish structure, right? So now at this point, I was trying to think like a retail trader, and and also they're going to see this bearish structure, which means they're going to want to set stop losses at this high. So what I saw was, I saw this bullish breakout, right? And how retail traders trade is when they see a breakout like this of a trend line, they'll see the last swing low before it, as you can see right over here, and that is where they will set their stop loss. So they will look too long anywhere they can with a stop loss over here. Okay, preferably on the breakout of this. Okay, now there's also this support level, which retailers would like to set their stops at or just beneath. Okay, and then there was this bullish structure. So what did I see? I saw that this low would be sell side liquidity. Why? Because anyone who is longing over here, once price crosses this point, they have a stop order saying, hey, if it crosses below this, I want to get out of my position. So if it crosses under this, I want to sell at a low price. Okay, this is key. Sell at a low price. Then if we look just beneath it, then now we can start looking for whenever we see an area with major liquidity such as this, we want to look for smaller liquidity just underneath it. So what do we see just underneath it? A trend line breakout and then we see this last swing low, and it's also at a support level. Odds are there's a lot of liquidity here, and as you can see, price grabbed that liquidity and then it continued on. So that's how I predicted when we were over here that we would come down to this, and then from here we would continue up. You can see that chart. It's literally like a prophecy, that chart. It's pinned on my Twitter. I mapped out pretty much exactly how I thought we were going to go up. And almost everything went according to plan. So I bought down here. I even sent out signals in my free Telegram that you can join. That is the logic I used to predict this bottom. Right? The reason I had a bullish narrative within this consolidation was because we had cleared a lot of sell-side liquidity, and we have allowed a lot of buy-side liquidity to form within this price action. Now, I'm not going to get into that because I already broke all of this down in the last video that I did when I was calling this bottom. So if you want, you can go ahead and you can watch that video. I'm going to link that in the description below. Now let's get into what are my thoughts on Bitcoin for perhaps the coming week and months. So I'll start with the coming months. So for the coming months on the macro scale, I think I think we're gonna get above this high, pretty obvious. And I'm eyeballing this area, right? So this high is like my drawn liquidity because this is like the final liquidations. Because this, if you look at this structure, this is bearish structure. So right over here is going to be the final invalidations, final liquidations of the retail shorters. Above this, I don't think there's going to be any liquidity. So above this, one of two things can happen. Either we get above this and then we completely dump all the way down. That is one thing that could happen. Or we can just skyrocket if we get above this. Now this all depends on many different variables, which I cannot predict at the moment with the current data that I have. So the only prediction I'm making right now is that we will get above this. Now from here, speculation. Okay. So in my own opinion, right, I think that the S&P is going to see a sideways year. I don't think we're going to go for a new all-time high. I'm not going to get into why. I just think we need to have that big down move, big dump, like there was in COVID, for example, to actually skyrocket. And we just haven't seen that. We've just seen a slow and steady downtrend. Now, that could break out to the upside, and I think it will. It already has, kind of. But I think we're going to see sideways to engineer a lot more liquidity. And then we're going to see a big ass dump probably late 2023 or mid 2023. Probably late, to be honest. And then from there, we might go up. And that's all speculation. But now I'm speculating, so I'm going to have to use that as a basis. So if I think S&P is going to be sideways, then I can go ahead with a theory that Bitcoin is also not going to put in a new all-time high. Now, why do I think that Bitcoin is not likely to put in the all-time high? It's because if you look at every single bottom there was, right? Let's just go to like BTC, USDT. Let's go on the index chart, USD index. Right here is the chart that I have pinned on my Twitter that we would get up to here, and then ultimately up to there probably. We accomplished that. I think it's time to delete this. I will just take a quick screenshot before I do. Save chart. Right, so it's saved for sure. Okay, let's remove that. So anyways, if we analyze all of the bottoms that there were in the past, for example, let's analyze this bottom. Why did this bottom work out? Why did we go for this high? Because if you notice on the way down, right, so on the way down, we gave a lot of opportunities for retail to enter shorts. One, you have this bearish trend line going on for here, which means retail entered shorts here and likely also here. Then you also have this bullish structure, which means retail definitely entered here. A bearish structure, which means retail definitely entered there. Then you also have this bearish structure, which means retail definitely shorted here. Then you have this bearish structure and these relative equal highs, meaning there is definitely liquidity over here. Then we tap them again, so we give retail another opportunity to short. Long story short, retail had plenty of opportunities to short, and that's exactly why we could go up. Okay, that's exactly why we would go up above this high. And then also you can extrapolate this out to here, and you can see that retail had an opportunity to short over here. So there were some more liquidations at this high. This is why you could anticipate that price would move up above this high. And then once it moves above this high, it might want to engineer new liquidity before taking out the other one. And as you can see, it does exactly that. And then proceeds to take out this high. As you see, what do I mean by engineer liquidity? Let me just mark out both of these highs. As you can see, we come up here, we take out this high, we engineer a low, and then we break under it. Okay, now what does this do? One, it stops out buyers, so it allows the banks to buy over here if they wish to. Two, it engineers retail sellers, which means more retail want to do what? Set their stop loss right over here. Short here and set their stop loss right over there. Which means there's more, they have pretty much engineered more liquidations at this level and more at this level by doing so. Because people are thinking that this level here is acting as resistance. Right? All-time highs are a level. Okay? And then they think that, they look too short, another bear structure break over here, and then they get fucked. Okay? Now, I'm not seeing where we're fucking retail in the current bottom. Above this high, I don't see where we're fucking retail. I just don't see it. Where are we fucking retail above this high? Like, above this high. Everyone who's shorted is stopped out. And there is just nobody in shorts from here. Price is just a straight on dump. It didn't even come back to any premiums. It never came back to any premium levels. So in my opinion, based off this, I think that it is likely that once we get above this level, we will fuck around for a very long time and perhaps even go under this low. That is possible. And we will see. Now, this is speculation, but we will see. Anyways, my thoughts short term are that we get above this high. Now let's get into what I think is going to happen over the next days. So with that in mind, and also with this in mind that we just got above this high, I think, right, this high does have liquidity. So we don't have to fuck around to take it. It has liquidity. We don't have to fuck around to take it. But I'm not interested if we just go up directly to it. I'm interested if we dip under any of these lows and then I would take a long towards it. So my main point of interest is under these lows. And I'm definitely going to be hunting these lows once we take out this. Okay? So I'm definitely going to be hunting them after we take out this. But for now, it seems to me like it is likely that we will just continue up from right over here. It just seems a bit likely. I'm not sure. I'm not longing this though. I am waiting for sell side liquidity to be taken. And if it doesn't get taken, then that's fine. I can just wait for us to come up to here and then I will take a short towards these lows. Now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what the 1 hour time frame is telling us. I have not analyzed this before, by the way. I am just literally doing this on video right now. So, okay, let's see what the lower time frames are giving us. So on the lower time frames, we formed these relatively equal lows and we came back near to them right over here. So it's like a support level. So I could imagine there's liquidations here and we formed this bullish structure over here and mitigated this bullish structure. So there's definitely liquidations over here, sell side liquidity. Now, from the buy side liquidity perspective, there's definitely liquidations around here from the buy side liquidity perspective. And I think a lot of people might be looking at this trend line. They might be looking for a retest of this. So in my opinion, what's likely to happen is this. We take the buy side liquidity from here, like this, retest that trend line. So that has to happen within this time frame. So it has to happen until, why is, okay, so this is not very likely to happen looking at it now. It has to happen tomorrow. I don't think that's so likely, but if it does happen, then that would be nice. So we get above this over here, liquidate these guys, and then go for the sell side liquidity. And now there's buy side liquidity over here, and also there's going to be relative equal highs. Now once we take the sell side liquidity over here, fully fill this imbalance, I buy over here, and then we break out of this trend line and liquidate these guys and perhaps go for 25k. These are my thoughts for this week. Those are my thoughts for this week. A potential point of interest for longs could be under here, but the main one is under these lows. I don't think it's likely we take out these lows though. yet. I think it's likely we go first for 25k and then go for them. So after 25k, I will be interested in hunting these lows. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Join my Telegram. Follow me on Twitter. And peace. Oh, also, you can sign up on Bingex if you want to trade crypto. Low fees, 0.02% make your fees. And up to 150x leverage. Just link's going to be in the description. Peace.